A few years ago, Alejandro Garnacho was seen as one of the best wonder kids in the world. But after a few underwhelming seasons at United, the pressure is starting to get to him. But I still see talent in that young Argentinian, so today I'm taking over Garnacho's career, playing it from start to finish, and winning him a bag load of trophies and maybe even a couple Ballon d'Ors. And to make this challenge a little bit harder, Garnacho's not starting in his FC 25 rating at 77, but rather his rating back in FIFA 22 as a 63 overall. And taking a look at Garnacho's stats, it feels so weird to look at him back in time. We know how good he is in real life, but obviously now that he is downgraded, he has no space in this Man United team, at least this season, so we're gonna go ahead and loan him out. And as we are waiting for loan offers to come in, there are only three things I want Garnacho to do in his career. I want him to reach a 99 overall, win 20 trophies, and more importantly, win at least 3 Ballon d'Ors. But not only that, Garnacho will have a certain goal every single season, and if he completes it, he gets a reward, but if he fails, he will be punished. I'll let you guys know in just a second. And the first offer we do get is from FC Cincinnati in the MLS. As good as this offer is, I want him to stay in Europe because that's where he's gonna play the majority of his career. We did get another offer outside of Europe in Club Atlético Independiente in Argentina. I've also rejected that offer, but I found an offer I do like, and that is Coventry City. I believe they might be in the championship or the Liga 1. And you know what? Either one, this will be a good offer for Garnacho. Let's go ahead and accept this. And here comes Alejandro Garnacho. It's so weird to see him move clubs as he broke out in Man United originally, but we're in a different time period this time as Alejandro Garnacho is joining Coventry, who I just checked are in the championship, as Garnacho joins the Sky Blues in a one-year deal. And it seems like Garnacho is the only left winger on the side, but not only that, I believe he is also the only left mid. I think they had one left mid before, but they might have sold him before Garnacho came in. So that means that Alejandro Garnacho will be in the starting 11 in the championship season, and his goal is very simple, and that is to get 10 goal contributions in his first ever professional season. We are asking for a lot, but he is a huge talent. And let me explain to you what happens if he fails or succeeds in a goal. First of all, it's very simple. If he completes his goal, we get to spin a wheel of the best clubs in the world, and whoever it lands on, Garnacho has the option to go ahead and transfer to that club. However, if he does fail the challenge, he will have to automatically leave his current club, which is Man United, for a smaller club. So Garnacho could easily be playing for the best clubs in the world, but if he has a bad run of 3 bad seasons, he could end up all the way in Saudi Arabia in the Camel League, and we do not want that. But the question is, are we asking a lot from Garnacho? I certainly believe in him, as in the development plan, we're going to give him inside forward, but as a left mid, because he will be playing left mid throughout this season. But let's see how Garnacho does in his first ever season in professional football. And we are now in the final day of the season, and Coventry are actually fighting for a playoff spot. Garnacho must have helped a lot, but we don't really care about where Coventry finished. We care about Alejandro Garnacho and how he did this season. And Garnacho got 8 goals and 1 assist, 9 goal contributions and 49 appearances. He needs 1 more in order to complete his challenge, and he has also gone up a +8 to a 71 overall. That's insane. But it's time to sim the final day of the season, the most important game in Garnacho's career. If he doesn't score or assist, he will be leaving Man United for a worse club, and we do not want that. We want to stay at a big club like United. But let's go ahead and find out, can he go ahead and do it? And it's a 4-3 victory. Sakamoto, Rodoni, Garnacho gets a goal. Let's go. 10 goal contributions from Garnacho. However, now Garnacho has a chance to win the first trophy of his career in the playoff final. Question is, can Garnacho and his team go ahead and deliver him on his first trophy? And it's going to be a 2-1 loss. No, Garnacho misses out. He could not promote Coventry to the Premier League. It's still a great season from him though. But before we go to season 2, I mentioned if he succeeds, he gets to go to any big club in the world, but the wheel is actually going to decide where he can go if he wants, and the wheel is going to give us Borussia Dortmund. I like that team, but you know what? I want to stay in the books of Man United as of right now. But maybe in the future, we could be going to Dortmund. And we are now in season number 2. Of course, Garnacho is still at a 71 overall. And sadly, he still isn't the best left mid in the side, as they have Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford. So I think once again, we're going to have to loan out Garnacho at least for 1 more season, and maybe just take up on one of the offers if I could see him starting at a big club if he completes whatever challenge is set for him. And the first offer we do get is from a Madrid club in Rayo Vallecano. They are in La Liga. I don't mind this offer. Let me sit on this offer. And we have received another offer in FCV Mainz. But to be honest, I think I'm going to accept this Rayo Vallecano offer. I would love for him to go back to Madrid because he has some history there. And now Garnacho has taken a flight to Spain, returning where he used to play for the Atletico Academy. But this time, he is at Rayo Vallecano in Madrid. I think this is a great move for him. I hope this team isn't too bad. Let's see how the squad is looking like, and let's see how he does. And it seems like once again, Garnacho is the only left winger in the side, and I believe the only left mid. Again, these clubs actually coming in for players they need. So, of course, he'll be playing in this left-hand side. You know what? It's not too bad of a team for Alejandro Garnacho here. And now his goal at Rayo Vallecano. We want him to be the best attacker in here. So he either has to become the top goal scorer this season for this club or the top assister. And in terms of this season, we want Garnacho to continue on his finishing. He's at a 77. I think his pace is just fine for now. So inside forward once again, but this time as a left winger. And we are in the final day of the season once again. Rayo Vallecano sadly finished at 13th. There will be no trophies up for grabs for Garnacho. But the question is, was he a top goal scorer or was he a top assister? We really want him to stay at Man United, especially at the beginning of his career. And he is actually the current top goal scorer of the club. 11 goals and 3 assists, a +4 now at 75. That is incredible. But there's still one game left and Easy is 1 goal behind them. So let's go ahead and simulate this final day. All Garnacho has to do is at least score a goal or outscore EC or hope that EC doesn't score at all in this game. As the game ends in a 2-0 victory, EC gets a goal. I think they've drawn. And yes, EC and Garnacho have drawn, and because EC did it in less appearances, in my opinion, if you think I'm wrong, comment down below. I think Garnacho is not the top goal scorer, so that means he will not be going back to Man United. He will be transferring to a brand new club. And to make things much simpler, because Man United is in the Premier League, we will transfer him to a Premier League side. Eventually, when he goes to La Liga, we'll do the same thing. So Man United did end up finishing in 8th place. They're still not in a great place, man. So that means teams from 9th place and below will all be put in a wheel and have a chance to have Garnacho in their team next season. So it's time to find out where Garnacho will be transferring to next season. There are 3 teams that relegated down to the championship. We don't want any of them. We're going to Leeds United. So they did finish in 16th place. Garnacho will be staying in the Premier League if he's good enough to start there. And so now to kick off season number 3, Alejandro Garnacho is actually a traitor because he's going to one of Man United's biggest rivals in Leeds United. But that's where the wheel landed. He had no other option as Garnacho will be wearing yellow. For the time being. And as Garnacho arrives in Leeds, he actually went up a +2 in the offseason, now at a 77. But this time, he does have competition. Daniel James, we got Jack Harrison, and we got Ramanzi. Around the same overall. He's going to be fighting for a spot. I'm going to keep him here at Leeds. And as Garnacho sits in that left mid spot, the goal is very simple. Keep Leeds United from relegating down to the championship. If he eventually wants to go ahead and win Ballon d'Ors and trophies, he needs to not only score his own goals and assists, the team he's playing for gets victories. So this season for Alejandro Garnacho, I think his finishing is looking just fine as of right now. We're gonna go ahead and give him one playmaker in that left mid position to boost his passing for more assists. And at the end of the season, Leeds United are just fine, finished in 13th place. They actually finished above Man United. Garnacho did not fail his challenge, so he'll get to spin a wheel of top clubs and maybe decide to move there. And Garnacho now has reached an 80 overall. That is incredible growth so far in only 3 seasons. However, in terms of output, 4 goals and 2 assists. That's not good in 32 appearances, man. He got the same amount of goals as Daniel James and got outscored by Ramzani. If Garnacho ever wants to win Ballon d'Ors, he cannot be producing these numbers. But it's time to find out what club Garnacho could go to if he chooses to, and it's going to be Liverpool. Now, he's at an 80 overall. Will he start in that Liverpool side? Let's go ahead and look at this Liverpool side. There is no left wingers in the side. In terms of wingers, they have Federico Chiesa, who plays right mid. They still have Luis Diaz. That's already a no, basically. But just in case, let's see if there's any competition. There is Quenda and there is Salah and Nico Williams. No, there's no chance we're going to Liverpool. I think we stay at Leeds at least one more season. And we are now in season number 4. Garnacho has already gone up a +1 during the offseason or during this season already. Let's go ahead and give him a development plan, and you know what we're gonna give him. He needs to go ahead and continue to work on his finishing. He has 92 finishing, but is only scoring 4 goals. That is not acceptable. As the goal for the season is to get 12 goals scored. If he wants to be a serious attacker in the best league in the world, he needs to go ahead and do 12 goals. If not, he's gonna have to leave Leeds United for an even worse team. And we have arrived to the final day of the season, and Leeds are fighting for relegation. That cannot be good for Garnacho. However, it seems like Garnacho has been the standout player in this team. 11 goals and 6 assists. 1 goal off that 12 goal mark that he needs. It's going to come down to that last simulation. But not only that, he can save Leeds United from relegation. And this right here is the most important game of Garnacho's career. Score a goal and he'll be going to a top club in world football. Fail to score, he'll be playing somewhere in the championship. That is ridiculous. But the question is, can Garnacho keep his cool? Come on, Garnacho. All you need is 1 goal. And it's a 3-2 victory. Garnacho scored the winner. They're staying in the Premier League, I believe. Did he score a second? No, he only scored 1 in the 88th minute. He is going to a top club, boys. Let's go. But it's time for us to spin the wheel. Now at an 84, he will start at almost any of these clubs. And the club that he will be going to is back to Man United. That's the only club I did not want to go back to, but I guess Garnacho's destiny is to go and save Manchester United. And just a reminder, United finished in 13th this season. And in season number 5, welcome home Alejandro Garnacho. Left as a young 19-year-old and now is back, I believe, at 21, 22 years old. And he is wearing the number 10. Huge shoes to fill as he's returned to Old Trafford. And as Garnacho joins United, he is now at an 85. He is literally the second best player here behind Ugarte and Jonathan Duran. You know what? He has a huge task here to save United. And this is the formation United plays, so Garnacho will finally be playing left winger in his career. And the attack is looking incredible. However, the midfield and the defense is not too impressive. As this season, Garnacho will now take the winger role for the rest of the season, as his goal is to get Man United back to Europe. Yes, it's a huge task, and if he fails, he'll be going down back to the bottom of the Premier League. And we are in the final day of the season, and United is sitting in 7th, 1 point behind Spurs and Palace. If United can win this game, they could either finish in Europa League football, which is 5th place, or in the Conference League where Crystal Palace sit. But they have to hope that they beat whoever they're facing and hope that Palace and Spurs either draw or lose their games. And on the final day, they're playing Liverpool, who are Premier League champions, or at least they're sitting in first. This is an impossible task, but let's see if Garnacho and the rest of his team can they go ahead and do it. And it's going to be a 2-1 victory. Did Garnacho score? No, he did not score, but they're getting, hopefully, European football. If Palace or Tottenham slipped up, one of them had to. And both teams actually slipped up. United are going to be playing Europa League next season. That's if we don't decide to leave, because Garnacho has succeeded in his challenge. But Garnacho was absolutely incredible. 14 goals and 4 assists, the second top goal scorer, right behind captain Amad Diallo. It may not be 20, 25 goals, but this is his best ever season so far, and it was in his return to Man United, now at an 87 overall. But as Liverpool win the Premier League title, Vlahovic is the player of the season, and Garnacho gets his first ever team of the season inclusion. We will take that. And it's time to spin the wheel. Where can Garnacho go if he wants to, if we want him to? And it is PSG. I was thinking of staying in United and trying to win the Europa League for his first ever trophy, but going to Paris will immediately boost his chances of 1, winning multiple trophies, and 2, the Ballon d'Or. This is the best of both worlds. We're going to PSG. And for the first time in this challenge, I'm confident about Garnacho's move to PSG. He is now one of the latest superstars to join Paris. He is going to win so many trophies here, and he even has a chance of winning the Ballon d'Or if he can get them their first ever Champions League in the near future. As Garnacho will now be wearing the famous Paris kit the likes of Mbappe, Messi, and Ronaldinho have worn before. And Garnacho now joins PSG wearing the number 10 at an 88 overall. But he isn't the best player. He's tied with Sesko, and Cavada, Vitinha, Donnarumma are above him. But the good thing is he is the best left winger in the side. And take a look at this team. This is probably the best team in the world right now. Oh, Garnacho is going to win some trophies. His goal this season is going to be very simple. It's his first season at PSG. It's to win 2 trophies. But the longer he stays here with the best team in the world, the challenges will only get harder. And Garnacho is slowly approaching that 99 overall. What should we give him this season? I think I'm going to go ahead and go for inside forward to maximize his finishing. We want him to start scoring hella goals. And we have reached the end of the season, and Garnacho has won his first trophy, the league title in Ligue 1. However, he is in the final of the Coupe de France. All he has to do is win this game and he will stay at PSG. But the question is Garnacho going to downgrade in France? We do not want that. As we simulate this game, it's a 6-0 victory. Garnacho wins his second trophy of his career. However, it turns out he also won the Trophy des Champions, so he would have lost. It would have been fine. 3 trophies. However, Garnacho has the opportunity to win his first Champions League as well. He could win the treble on his debut season in PSG. But come on, Garnacho, you have to win the Champions League in the first time of asking. This squad is looking incredible, and it's going to be a 3-2 loss. Not enough, man. Maybe next season Garnacho misses out on his first Champions League. As Garnacho somehow misses out on the team of the season. Did he have a bad season? And Alejandro Garnacho is now officially one of the world's best at a 91 overall. But how did he do this season? 23 goals and 6 assists in 52 appearances is his best ever season. However, he got outscored by Benjamin Sesko and outscored and out-assisted by Vitinha. There is a chance Garnacho wins the Ballon d'Or this season, his first out of the 3 that we want him to win, but Vitinha and Sesko are making an argument of their own. And no, sadly, Garnacho misses out on his first Ballon d'Or to Erling Haaland. But it's time to spin the wheel to see where Garnacho could go if we want him to, and it's going to land on Tottenham Hotspur. No, we're not going to Tottenham. We're staying at PSG. And now in season number 7, Garnacho is a 91 overall, getting forever closer to that 99. And in terms of development plans, the quickest way to get to a 92 is through wide playmaker. And to be honest, if we look at this team, it's one of the best teams teams in the world as the goal this season is very simple. Win the Champions League. And now, did they miss out last year? And if they miss out again, Garnacho will have to downgrade somewhere in France. And as we reach the end of the season, Garnacho wins another league title. He wins another trophy, the Champions. Did he win the Coupe de France as well? And yes, he has 3 trophies so far. But the question is he in the Champions League final? And yes, he is against Manchester City. Garnacho has the opportunity to get his payback on City and also win his first UCL and first treble. Can this PSG side go ahead and do it as we simulate? And it's a 3-2 victory, the reverse score from last year. Garnacho has won a UCL. But again, he misses out on the team of the season, man. And Garnacho is now the highest rated in the side at a 92. And once again, Garnacho had a decent season. 19 goals, 1 assist, outscored and out-assisted by Kvaratskhelia. And Benjamin Sesko got more goals than him. He may not be the best player in the side, but he is winning trophies and improving. And that's all that matters right now. But the question is, now with a treble to his name, did he win his first Ballon d'Or? And yes, Garnacho has done it. He has won his first Ballon d'Or in 2031. Let's go, Garnacho. And of course, we are allowed to spin the wheel since we completed the challenge. The question is, where can he go? Arsenal. You know what? As good as Arsenal are, I'm going to stay at PSG for the time being. But trust me, now that Garnacho's completed football, the challenges are going to get harder. If you guys have enjoyed this video so far, make sure to subscribe. We're trying to get to 300k subscribers. And now in season number 8, fresh off winning the Ballon d'Or, he's still at a 92 overall. At this rate, I'm gonna stop showing you guys what development plan I choose. This is gonna be the last one I show you, and it's going to be the winger role. And now taking a look at this team, because Garnacho has completed football, the challenges from now on at PSG will be something extraordinary. And the first goal for Alejandro Garnacho here at PSG, scoring 35 goals in a single campaign. That is one of the options, but the other option is to win the treble again. Basically, from now on, when he's playing for a team that just won a UCL, he has to go ahead and break his own records or win the treble. But the question is, if Garnacho fails to complete either challenge, he'll be downgrading somewhere here in France. And the season has come to an end, and he's won another league title. Did he win the Trophy des Champions? Yes, he did. Did he win the Coupe de France? No, he did not. But he also went ahead and won the UEFA Super Cup. That's 3 trophies so far. The treble is still on. Remember, it has to be a domestic trophy, the league title, and the Champions League in order to count as a treble. And no, he's not in the final. Brighton versus Liverpool. Which means if Garnacho did not score 35 goals in all competitions, he will be leaving PSG to another French team. This is not good news. Garnacho is now a 93 overall though, but the question is, did he do enough to stay here? And no, boys, it seems like he got an injury, only making 36 appearances, 14 goals, and 6 assists. He is leaving PSG at the end of the season. And of course, he did not win the player of the season or the team of the season. And here is a reminder of the league table. The teams that will be going on the wheel is AS Monaco, Olympique Lyonnais, Olympique Marseille, and Stade Rennais. I think even though he failed his challenge, he should still be playing European football. And it's time to spin the wheel. A little heads up, Garnacho has finally reached 100 goals in his career, but the question is, what team is he going to in France? This is not good. Olympique Lyonnais, you know what? They finished in 3rd. That is a decent move. And for the first time in a couple of years, we get another Garnacho transfer. He is arriving here at Olympique Lyonnais. A huge downgrade because I believe he was playing for the best team in the world, but you know what? He fell down. It's time for him to get back up. And Garnacho has arrived in Lyon wearing the number 10 at a 95 overall. Really grew up season as he is clearly the best player in this team. And this is what the team is looking like. You know what? It's not too bad, but it's so far away from the PSG side he was playing just last season. And Garnacho's first goal here at Olympique Lyonnais, it's simple. It's either for him to win the Golden Boot or the player of the season. He's really struggled to be the best player in one team. So we need him to do that. If not, he'll be downgrading even more in Liga, and surely he does it at a 95 overall. And as we expected, at the end of the season, we finished in 2nd place. Just not good enough to beat PSG. But in the Trophy of the Champions, we are the winners. 3-0 against PSG at the start of the season is insane. One trophy to Garnacho this season, the Coupe de France. Oh my days, it's a domestic double for Olympique Lyonnais, for Alejandro Garnacho. I know they're in the Champions League, but there is no way, right? There's no way. They're in the UCL final against Villarreal. What a weird Champions League final. But Garnacho has the chance to win a treble with a 2nd French team. It's crazy though, because the treble doesn't even matter as PSG are league champions, but Garnacho wins the player of the season. Let's go, finally, an individual trophy that isn't the Ballon d'Or. And again, he's left out of the team of the season as he also wins the Golden Boot, so it wouldn't have mattered. But let's see if Garnacho could get a 2nd treble in his career for Olympique Lyonnais, the 2nd in France. Come on, Alejandro Garnacho, and it's a 3-0 victory. He's actually done it. He even scored in the final. 2 trebles for 2 different French teams for Garnacho. And Garnacho does remain at a 95 overall. 4 more and he's gonna get to that 99. And 35 goals and 10 assists for Garnacho, his best ever season. This is what he was supposed to get for PSG to stay over there. The question is, after his treble, did he go ahead and win his second Ballon d'Or of 3? And Garnacho has done it, his second Ballon d'Or of his career. I did not see this coming, especially at Olympique Lyonnais. But it's time to spin the wheel. As beautiful as it was to win all of that with Olympique Lyonnais, it's time to move on. Let's see where he's going. What top club is he going to? And he's going to Real Madrid. There couldn't have been a more perfect move, man. So it seems like Real Madrid are not dominating La Liga anymore. Garnacho has a job to do. And here comes Alejandro Garnacho joining the greatest team of all time. It seems like they're not dominating La Liga anymore, so I hope Garnacho can help them get back to the top. But this is season 10. We still go up to season 15 to win so many trophies, score so many goals with Alejandro Garnacho. And Alejandro Garnacho has joined Madrid. We're in the number 10. He is now the best player in the team. The likes of Jude Bellingham is still here. We got Eduardo Camavinga, Raúl Asensio, Vinicius Jr. at 32 years old. And Kylian Mbappe is still going strong at 34 years of age. And this is the side Garnacho is now a part of. It's a pretty decent side, but I can see why they haven't won the league title. The goal in his first season at Madrid is very simple. It is to win a league title with Real Madrid, as he's still waiting to hit 99 overall. And we have reached the end of the season and Garnacho has completed his goal, won the league title with 97 points. But the question is, did he win any other trophies? The Supercopa de España goes to Real Madrid. That's 2 trophies. The Copa del Rey goes to Real Madrid. That's a treble, a domestic treble already. The World Cup, were they involved? No, PSG, his ex-club, won it. And the UEFA Super Cup, I don't believe they were involved. The Champions League, did they win it? And no, they missed out. And as Garnacho wins the league title, no player of the season for him again, as he is in the team of the season. And Garnacho is now at a 96 overall. It seems like he did get injured. He is fit in one day though. And 30 goals and 10 assists. What a brilliant debut season for Garnacho, man. And Garnacho wins his 3rd Ballon d'Or. No UCL for him, but he still wins that Ballon d'Or trophy. We've completed that goal. And it's time to spin the wheel. To be honest, I'm probably gonna stay at Madrid. I just want to see who we would miss out on. Newcastle, you know what? That's fine. We're staying here. Now in season 11, Garnacho is 28 years old, entering his prime, so close to the 99 overall. 173 goals to his name and 16 trophies. 4 more trophies left to go. He's completed the Ballon d'Or and just needs that 99. And the goal for the season is very simple. Win Real Madrid the Champions League. If he cannot, he will be leaving Real Madrid. And at the end of the season, once again, Garnacho wins another league title. Does he win another Supercopa de España? Yes, he does. That's 18 trophies to his name. The Copa del Rey, that is 19 trophies for Garnacho. And he is in the Champions League final. All he has to do is win this trophy. And 1, he will be able to stay at Real Madrid if he wants. And 2, he will have achieved 20 trophies in his career. And it's against his old teammates in PSG. Can Garnacho go ahead and do it? And he has reached 99. That is all the goals completed except this one. If he wins the Champions League final, this video is over. Come on, Garnacho, do it for us. And it's going to be a 4-2 victory. Garnacho has done it. 20 trophies to his name. And he probably has his best season yet. 31 goals, 22 assists, 64 appearances, and of course, he's a 99 overall. And if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to click on the screen to find out how I won the UCL with only Team of the Season players.